once again. See, my confidence is shaking and my heart is feeling vacant. So you tried to fill it in. You said I could fix the broken in your heart. You were telling, darling. But I don't know why you're shooting in the dark. I can't feel in nothing. But love, pray for me. I never had somebody, so I don't know how to love. Pray for me. I know I need somebody, so I can learn how to love.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a question and answer, aka Q&A for short. So let's get started. I have my stepmom's old phone because she left it here and she never used it because she quote unquote said it was broken, but she just never charged it. So nice phone, but it's powered by Android, so it's really glitchy, so it took a little bit. So if some of these are blurry, I might have some harder time reading them. But let's get started. I'm going to be saying the usernames that also said this because congrats, I'm giving people shout outs because they're good people. So let's get started. I struggle on names, guys. Wesleya? It's Weslea. So I'm going with Wesleya Smith. Picture this. Picture it in my head. A person with a legitimate service dog in training walks into a non-pet friendly store. The dog is misbehaving and the owner is constantly correcting and training. However, the dog is being a danger to others by lunging and being vocal. Despite being a real service dog in training, does the store have the right to ask them to leave? They do. They can be asked to leave, even if they're a non-pet friendly store, they still have to be asked to leave, because that dog's causing disruption, and if it's a danger to the customers or the other dogs that the customers have, it must be asked to leave because that's a danger to the public. My opinion on that is if a service dog in training is being a danger to the public, maybe you should consider washing the dog. I don't know if you're referring to your dog or you're just like picturing a scenario, but that dog definitely should not be a service dog. Like if it's genetic, definitely wash it, but if it's from poor socialization, just kind of get professional help because that sounds like a super big deal. So if anyone's dog is like that, wash it or pull it from public access if it can be fixed. But if it's a danger to the public, don't bring it out into public. All right, next. Scrolling back. All right. Milo the service dog asked, what has been your proudest moment of Dixie's training accomplishments? I just messed up on that word. If that makes sense. And they said, for example, like mine was when Milo first alerted and responded to an episode in school. My proudest moment was, and it still is how I can pass other dogs that are aggressively lunging and barking at Dixie, and she could care less. I love that. And I got really lucky with her genetics. Obviously, she's well-bred. My other two dogs are not. Ripco and Yogi are both mutts, and they are both dog reactive, and they cannot ignore a dog for the life of them. Like, they're not, I don't know if Yogi's a dog aggressive or not. He's a part pit bull, so he might be a tad aggressive towards other dogs, but I'm not sure. Ripco, she's not aggressive, but she's super dominant, and she'll try to, like, dominate other dogs. Just like that, the recent one where it's like the pit mix approached me on my live. Ripco's like that. She'll go up to other dogs, hackles raised, trying to hump them and mount them. And she'll just be overall really dominant. And if another dog does that to her, she bites them. And she does start dog fights sometimes. She ran over to my uncle's property and started a dog fight. Anyways, yeah, that was kind of a side story. But Dixie, she couldn't care less. I would also say her advanced obedience too, because I see a lot of dogs that cannot do advanced obedience, even service dogs. Most service dogs can only know the basics because, not that they're too dumb, but the owners just don't want to train them to do more advanced tricks. And I'm the one person that trains advanced tricks, mainly for my entertainment, to have fun, like when I say bang, Dixie does her tricks. Anyways, next question. Dumbo asked, I have a few. If a person came up to you and was being nice and asked you to pet Dixie, would you let them? It depends. If I feel okay, definitely. I I mean, it depends on how Dixie's feeling too, because some days she'll have an off day. And if you guys don't know, Dixie was past human reactive, and I pulled her from public access, got professional help. I got dog trainer advice. I got dog trainers who were telling me some training tips and were trying to train Dixie with me. They were giving me the best advice, and after that, I put her back in PE when I felt confident enough, and she's doing better. But I do have to say she prefers being pet by kids. She doesn't really like adults. She'll still let adults pet her, but she's just not as comfortable with it. So for adults, I'd probably just say no, she's working. But otherwise, if I'm feeling good and I want socialization, I'll let people pet her, as long as Dixie's okay with it, which she normally is. Next question. How long did it take to train Dixie? So Dixie's not fully trained yet. Under ADA she is, so she's still a service dog in training, but that's under my standards. So people don't understand my standards mean I don't think I want to call her fully trained. One, because I get hate for it, and I don't want people hating on me, so I'm kind of avoiding it. Two, I want to touch up on some things, maybe do tasking faster, make her task faster, maybe get more focus in, and then boom, she's done. But otherwise, under ADA law, the American with Disabilities Act already recognizes her as fully trained, so that's why she's allowed in public. And yeah, I don't know how to explain it, because people have been telling me, oh, why are you telling people they can't bring their service dogs in training out into public when you bring yours into public? And I'm just like, she's considered fully trained, just not in my head. But under the actual law that covers service dogs, she is considered fully trained. Next question. Oh, sorry, I have more on this one. Well, yeah, technically, next question. Have you had any cats in your lifetime? Yes, I have. I had James, Peanut, Midnight, I think that's it. My first cat, I believe, was Midnight. I don't know if it was Midnight or Peanut. I think it was Midnight. Midnight is a calico cat. So she is a tortoise-shelled calico my dad rescued. My dad hates cats. He did it to make me feel better. But it turns out that cat, he did not like the cat. So he put her outside in winter, but not abusively. He still let her in, eat and stuff, but he just didn't want her in the house 24/7 because she would claw up things, she would pee all over. She was litter trained, but she would just pee on the walls and stuff. It was weird. And yes, we know it's a girl. She's obviously a girl. She was spayed. She was just really unruly and stuff, so my dad just didn't want her. Why am I getting so many notifications on my phone? I do not understand. My phone is so annoying. Every single second I get a notification. Anyways, so yeah, we had that one, which my grandma has now. If you guys ever want to see her, I can ask my grandma if I can film her. But yeah, she's really pretty, and she's kind of nice, but also kind of not nice. She has a really catty attitude. The next cat I got was my emotional support cat. He wasn't my emotional support until I was diagnosed with anxiety, which was in 2nd grade. It was severe anxiety, and the teacher said they have never seen anxiety like that in any of their students. The doctors say they've never seen that much anxiety in a student. So I have the worst anxiety rates in my town, if that makes any sense. I don't know, but the doctors were doing studies on my behavior and why I was acting like it. Yeah, anyways, we had Peanut, and he helped me with that. My mom got rid of him because her boyfriend did not like the smell of the cat poop and litter. So they also got rid of James, which was a tuxedo cat. He was a house cat. Just normal, house cat. I think it's a breed. I don't know. He looked like a Sphynx because he had little tufts of hair on his ears. He was all black. He had 2 white paws, a little white stripe on his big fat belly. He wasn't fat, but he just had a saggy belly. If he ate something and then the food just kind of was liquid and it just slushed around. He was so weird. Peanut was like that too. Cats are so weird. But yeah, they got rid of him because they didn't like the smell, even though the smell was coming from my frickin' brother because he stinks. But too late now. I loved them, but they didn't care, so. Next, how old are you, if you feel comfortable enough to tell? I am 14. A lot of people think I'm 16, 17, even 20, but I am 14. My birthday is March 30th, and I was born in 2007. So yeah. Next, and this is their last question. Do you like to play video games? If so, what are your 3 favorites? I do play video games. I like playing them. I like Ark Survival Evolved, Sims 4, and Star Stable. But to be fair, I only stick to those. I have Sims 4 and Star Stable on my computer. I just play those whenever I want. But my computer's broken, so I can't play that. I kind of lost interest in those because I got them when I was really young, and I was into that type of stuff when I was little. Now I'm not really into it. I'm more into survival and shooting games. So GTA, Call of Duty, The Walking Dead video game, just different stuff like that. I like violence video games. I don't really like those, oh, cute, happy, like a little bunny, like that type. I like to feel like it's realistic. But ever since I got the PS4 taken, because it was actually my cousin's and he took it back because he wanted it, and I had no problem with that. I wasn't playing it much anyways, so I was always outside. But with that, I would just, after that got taken, I was just shooting normal guns because we have guns here and I shoot them for practice and stuff. And we're hunters. We hunt deer and stuff, so yeah. Anyways, next question. Biba, the agility dog, sorry if I said your dog's name wrong, said, where'd you buy that vest? It looks cool. I don't know if they wanted me to answer this right away or just a Q&A question. So they were referring to my first ever vest, which is a 1 Tigress. It's not the Apollo 09. I don't know the model on it, but it was our first vest. I don't think they sell them anymore. I think they're out of stock, but it's a really good quality vest. Probably the best quality vest I have right now, but yeah. Service Dog in Training said, have you ever had any public access issues? Yes and no. I don't know. So let me tell you some of these stories. This will probably turn off, so I'm going to turn it off anyways, because I can't keep on clicking on the screen to keep it up. But anyways, so our first public access issue, I wouldn't really consider it an issue because I'm pretty sure they're required to ask, but we went to Lewis's Farms, which is a farm open to the public, so my dog had every right to be there. So this lady comes up with a sheet of paper in her hand. It's like a thick sheet of paper. I don't know why it was so thick because she only asked me 2 things, but she asked me the 2 questions. She said, is your dog a service dog? I said, yes. She said, what is the task? I said, medical alert, because at that time I was trying to say multi-purpose or anxiety, but I just said medical alert because that's what I could think of. I was getting stressed because I was never asked the questions before. I wouldn't really consider that an access issue because I think they were required to, like, ask, but it just kind of caught me off guard, because, like, people don't really ask me those questions, so I don't think it was an access issue. I mean, it could be considered one, like, they stopped me at the entry to ask. They didn't deny me, though, or anything. But the next one was really a rude lady, and I'll tell you the story. So we went to Walmart. I've never been asked questions before. I've went to Walmart multiple times, as you guys know. But I was walking in. My brother and my dad were far behind me because they were getting a cart or something. I can't remember. I think they were outside getting a cart. I don't know. But I went in. I was walking in. I was really, really nervous because we had been attacked by a fake the last time we were there. So I was like, is there going to be a fake service dog in there? I was like shaking and stuff violently. So the lady screamed. It was like an entry door, like door greeter. I don't know. The greeter. But she was by the cart lane. I don't know. You guys don't know my Walmart, but she was like by this little cart area by the Subway, because we have a Subway in our Walmart. And she screamed across. She did not have to scream. It was winter time, I believe, so the, like, fans were going to keep people heated, but she did not have to scream. I could hear her perfectly fine. Like, if I was talking this low, I could still hear her, but she was like, ma'am, is that a service dog? In the rudest way possible. She's like, I'm not going to scream again, but in this type of tone. She screamed probably louder than that. I just don't want to really scream in my house. But she was like, is that a service dog? Kind of like in that tone, but a lot louder. And I said, yes, ma'am. I said, yes, she is. And Dixie was labeled. She was not naked. She was not anything. At that point, when she was asking me those, I had never worked Dixie naked before. So it kind of got me into an anxiety attack, and there were so many rude people that day. We went in, a little girl was like, why does she get to have her dog in here? Like, why can't we bring our dog in here? And the mom snapped her and said, it's a service dog, just leave it the frick alone. And she was so mad at her kids. I could tell she was super annoyed. And I said, it's a service dog. She has a right to be in here. And the girl was just like, whatever. Doesn't look like a service dog. And I was just like, girl, you're literally 5 years old. How can you tell what a service dog is yet? Just saying. But anyways, and then when we were leaving, the same lady who asked, ma'am, is that a service dog, in the nastiest voice possible, said, have a nice day, to my brother and my dad, because they were in front of me. I was behind because I was going to an anxiety attack. So I was behind, giving myself some space from them. So they were like, I don't know, 7 feet in front of me. And I came back, and the lady went, ugh. Like, I heard her say, have a nice day, guys. Hope to see you again soon. And when I passed her, Dixie was, like, closer to her. So she was, like, over here. Dixie was on my side. She always heels right here. So she was like, ugh. And scoffed and backed away and rolled her eyes and had her arms crossed. Ugh. I'm like, dude. I was about to snap at her and be like, what is your issue? I mean, honestly, what is your issue? Seriously. What is your issue with my service dog? She did nothing to you. My dog is not misbehaving. Anyways, I've never seen her again. We've had a couple issues in Walmart with kids being disrespectful and rude, but that was our only, like, actual access issue. Oh, one more. So, you guys might know this one, but it happened kind of recently. We were in China buffet. I was going up to the buffet. Obviously, you can't, like, order food on the menu or something because it's only a buffet. So I was going up there with Dixie, and the lady stopped me. She had a very strong accent. I'm not trying to be racist or anything, so don't call me racist. But she was, like, talking a really strong accent, like Chinese. You know when people who, like this girl, she's Chinese. She speaks in Japanese, is it called? I'm sorry, guys, if I'm getting this wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But she was like, telling me, no, ma'am, no dogs allowed. And she was, like, saying it in a really strong accent. So I kind of was like, huh, at first. And then she said, no dogs. I don't want your dog up here. I don't want it near the food. We can't have dog hair by the food. And Dixie doesn't shed. I mean, she does, but at that time, it was when she was kind of done shedding, so I had her all brushed out, all bathed, because I knew we were going here, and I know Chinese restaurants aren't very fond of dogs, and that's not trying to be racist, because Americans work at Chinese restaurants, too. I think it's some type of policy. A lot of Chinese restaurants just don't take well to service dogs. I have a lot of issues at them. I'm never treated nicely by the staff with my service dog. I'm always treated differently. And it's never really by other Americans. It's by people, like Chinese people. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard from some Chinese people that they're like, oh, it's culture. We don't really like dogs that much as, say, they like other animals. So I don't know if that has to do with that. And again, I'm not trying to be, like, rude or anything, but it has been pretty noticeable. I was like, whatever, guys. Like, Chinese people, they're the same as us. Nobody is different. I'm Native American, and I like everything. I like dogs. Some Native Americans don't. It really just depends. I was like, they're probably just being racist, saying Chinese people eat dogs, which is totally not true. Yes, it's in their culture. Yes, they do it. And honestly, I was going to say something about, I feel like I'm going to get hate for that. But, yeah, instead of that, I just heard a lot that Chinese people hate service dogs. Sounds like bullcrap, but that was, we've had a couple of problems in Chinese restaurants with Chinese people. I don't know if it's like a manager type thing, because mainly it's the managers that tell us it. The employees get scared of my dog, and I don't know why, but they're still super sweet people. Like, I love them, and they're amazing. We will continue to support them, but it kind of sucks that she wasn't allowed up in the bar, and that was illegal for her to say, and I should have said, hey, ma'am, that's illegal, but I didn't. I was just like, okay, I don't want to argue. I'll just go sit back down at my table. My dad had to get my food the first time, and then I had to walk up there, and my knee was buckling. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's like where your knee goes like this, in and out, and you're like buckling in where you feel like you're going to fall, because your knee goes, like, pretend this is my knee. It went like this when I was walking, so it hurt, but I had to deal with it because I did not want to get in trouble. We just wanted to eat our food and get out. But still really good customer service. They treated us nicely. They were just scared of Dixie and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, that was kind of long on the public access. But next, how long does it take for a service dog to be fully trained? By Stormy and Sandy. It takes about 2 years for dogs that specify in mental health. alerting, if that makes any sense. Like, dogs who specialize in anxiety alerts, PTSD response, they could be fully trained at 6 months. I know a service dog that has been fully trained at 6 months. Has burped. And their dog is super well trained. Like, their dog is super well trained. They're actually on YouTube. Their user is Rue the service dog, and their dog looks like a German Shepherd mutt, I think. It's a rescue dog, so I'm not sure what breed it is. But we were just talking, and she said her dog was fully trained at 6 months, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong if you're watching this video. Probably not, because you're way too good for me. But anyways, yeah. Normally 2 years, but I think that more applies to guide dogs and mobility dogs, because they fully mature at 2 or 1 year. What are you doing, you fly? So they, like, fully mature at 1.5 years or 2 years. The normal fully trained service dog range goes from 1.5 years or up to 3 years even. Dixie is 4 years old, but she started training at 2, so she's been in training for a 1.5 now, maybe 2 years, close to that. I originally thought it was 3 years, but I think I was wrong. But yeah, she is already considered fully trained. She was considered fully trained weeks after, because she was already an adult, and she was already fully obedience trained as an adult. So all I had to teach her, and she was already fully potty trained, so all I had to teach her was her task work. So that's why she started public access so early, is because she was a pet dog, and I already trained her as a pet dog. So the only thing she had to learn was task, which she picked on super fast. So she got to do public access almost immediately right away, because she already had her task down. But next, by Ali Anderson. What are her tasks? Dixie does multi-purpose work, so medical alert with my heart rate and breathing, you know, like that type of stuff. Anxiety, flashbacks, depression, stuff like that. And she also helps with, not mobility, but she kind of like pushes up on my knees, so it helps me walk better when she puts pressure on my knee. So I consider that some type of mobility, but not putting pressure on her, if that makes any sense. And they asked a couple of questions in those comments, so I'll try to answer them as best that I can. How old is she? Dixie is 4 years old, like I said before. I should have mentioned that in this one, but anyways, yeah. Dixie is 4 years old. She turned 4 March 16th, so yeah. The next question, where did you get her from? I got her from a breeder. I lost contact with the breeder, but they were really reputable. Reputable? What? I don't know. The mom was a show dog, so she fit standard. She was in standard color. The dad fit standard. He was in standard color, but the dad was working line. So the dad was black and tan, but mainly he was more like a red. The mom was more like a deeper tan, but not completely a red. So the mom shows in conformation. The dad does police work, bite sports, stuff like that. So they all have their titles and stuff. So, and they have testing done and everything. Dixie is well bred. People don't believe it because she has genetic mutations, but it's not her fault, because her brothers and sisters look very, very well bred. Next one, is she purebred? Yes, Dixie's a purebred working line, mix, show line, German Shepherd. Hold on, I gotta be right back. My dad just called me out. So continuing, someone decided to join us. Hey. Hey, come here. If you guys could see her ears right there. What? Can I get a kiss? Thank you. She's so cute. Anyways, let's continue to questions, debates. So yeah, she is purebred, German Shepherd. Some people suspect she's husky, but definitely not a husky, and she's not a Shepsky. Definitely purebred. She fits standard in not... The only part where she doesn't fit standard is height, but she fits standard in color. So, yeah. She just has a little bit of gray, but she is not a silver. She is a black and tan German Shepherd, so that might be confusing because she has some gray. But most American show line German Shepherds that show in AKC actually do have gray on them. Like, on her shoulders, it's tan. Like, there's barely any gray. She's actually... her coat is kind of growing more, if that makes any sense. So her coat is turning more tan, more vibrant with the years. As a puppy, she was very, very vibrant. When she gets a little bit older, it kind of fades out on the bottom, but gets more vibrant on her head, and like her markings and stuff, they get more vibrant. So her back leg is getting more tan and more vibrant. So yeah. Continuing. Is she still in training? Yes, she is. Dixie is still in training under my standards, but under ADA law, she is fully trained. I hope that clears it up because a lot of people have been asking. Oh, she's so cute, guys. She's so cute. Anyways, hopefully, oh, my camera's purple, I think. There we go. There. Next. Okay. How many fake service dogs have you seen? Put the phone up for this one. I have seen, I don't know if I can explain them all or else this would be an hour-long video. I'm trying to name a couple. So we saw 3 at the fair, so that's already 3. 3 fake service dogs at the fair. The 2 at the fair, I'm suspecting they were fakes because, well, I'll take one away because one of them might have been real. The black one definitely, I think, was a fake. It was not receiving any corrections. It was pulling. It was not focused. It was not alerting. The other dog was pulling, not focused, not alerting, sniffing everything, jumping on kids, and, you know, I'll just call them both fakes. I mean, I was suspecting the other one was in training, but just for the sake of this video, calling it a fake because it did not act like a service dog at all. We saw a husky in Walmart that was pulling, lunging, and barking at Dixie. Pitbull and Meyer that tried killing Dixie. That was our first dog who have ever tried to, kill Dixie. German short-haired pointer in Walmart. Chihuahua in Walmart that was in heat. She was bleeding all over the bread, and the people put the bread back. Me and my dad went in the bread aisle after we were done because we had to get some bread, and we pulled out the one that the dog was sitting on to see why she put it back, and it had blood smeared all over the package, and it was pushed down. So kind of disgusting, really disgusting, because period blood on bread. Ew, who wants to eat that? 10. King Charles, the spaniels, like the little spaniel dogs, it was in Walmart, it was in a cart, it was in a little mesh carrier bag thing. Oh my gosh, these notifications, I want to punch my phone. Who else? Fake service dog in Tennessee that bit me. That was our first, was it our first? I think it was our first encounter where it actually did damage and was aggressive. So that dog bit me. Sorry, guys. I think that might have just paused. My phone is at 20%. Not good. Anyways, I keep on getting interrupted. Trying to think of other ones. I don't know. Trying to think. I've run into so many. So that's 11 so far. I believe. I'm not sure. Shoot. Oh, yeah, we saw... In town, I saw a little doodle, a brown doodle wearing a service dog vest. It was on a retractable leash crossing the road. It was at the end of its leash. It was about 20 feet of length. So it was already, the owner was on the other side of the street. The dog was across and the car almost hit the leash, but luckily they were crossing. So yeah, that would have been a bloody mess. And then the dog got up on the sidewalk and there are 2 pet labs, and the pet labs were doing nothing wrong because pets can be there. So this dog was labeled as a service dog, and these labs were barking at it, and it started spinning around, growling, snapping, and then it ran, and it jerked the owner, and its tail was tucked, and it was growling and snapping at people, so definitely not a service dog. I don't know what else. I'm trying to remember. Shoot, I don't know, guys. Oh, yeah, the one at the beach. We've actually seen quite a bit at the beach. We saw a mutt, a Boston Terrier, Dachshund, I want to say, and then that Border Collie. So that leaves us with... Wouldn't that be like 16 fakes? I've seen way more, so, oh, yeah, and the little puppy... My first fake I've ever recorded, the little puppy in the lady's arms, the Shih Tzu that ran at Dixie, off leash. The puppy had no leash, no collar, no tags. Ran at Dixie in the store trying to greet her, and it almost ran out the door and got hit by a car. Anyways, let's read some more questions because that one was kind of a lot, but hopefully you guys enjoyed those fakes. And if you remember any fakes I was talking about, please tell me because kind of forgot, but anyways. Has she ever been attacked before? mentally, yes. Like, many, many times she has been mentally attacked by other dogs. Physically, she has never been bit, but she has been rushed by many dogs that have attempted to bite her, but they bit me instead. Like the pit bull in Meyer, it had scratched me up. Not me. Scratched the floor, but it still tried to bite her, and I got in front of it, and it almost bit me. So it almost bit her and killed her, but it tried to bite me and kill me, but... And then Dixie was physically rushed. She was body slammed by my uncle's blue heeler. He's extremely dog aggressive. He put a groomer's muzzle so he can't bite through it, because if you put a basket muzzle, it's super, super dangerous because they can still bite through it. He body slammed Dixie to the ground and tried to grab her neck and shake her, but he couldn't get it because obviously the basket muzzle was closing his mouth shut. So I'm glad that happened, but he had to let his dog out to go potty, and Dixie was out in the yard going potty when he let him out, and he body rushed Dixie, slammed her to the ground, started growling, and Dixie started yipping and tail between her legs and ran away, but not ran away, but ran up on the porch, and he just was in his yard. And he was resource guarding his food with her because he was eating some things through his muzzle. So yeah, but anyways. Wolf Mick, I'm gonna mess up on the last name. I can't say the last name, but Wolf. She owns a dog named Seb. Isn't the full name Sebastian? I'm not sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I might be thinking of a totally different dog or the same dog. I'm not sure. They said, what breed do you plan to work next? I plan to work a German Shepherd, but if I do happen to get another dog, I might just work one of my other dogs. Like, if you mean as a service dog, most likely a German Shepherd. But if you mean sport dog, it might be Ripco, because I kind of want to get her into dock diving or agility, so it really just depends. So yeah, that's all the questions I have for right now. So yeah, thank you guys for that. I appreciate it. So yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, tell me why. Comment. I'm gonna question you guys in this, so get ready. If you made it to this end of the video, you will know the question. So if you have watched the end of the video, tell me your favorite, tell me your least favorite dog breed. Least favorite dog breed. And tell me, like, start out the sentence, this is my least favorite dog breed, so I know you actually watched. So yeah, say this is my least favorite dog breed, list the breed. So yeah, anyways, see you guys later. Subscribe if you haven't already, because most people that watch my content are not subscribed. So subscribe. And like this video, because a lot of you who watch my videos don't actually like them. So that kind of hurts. It stings. It stings. Hit the notification bell so you can be updated on every video we upload. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!